Greetings, my great super friends out there in Turkey and other places all around the world. This is Master Legend. I have some friends out there in Turkey. They have a class and they ask me questions at times, so I'm trying to do this like this so it'll be much clearer because I couldn't hear from the Skype thing so good. So now I can answer these questions and you can listen to them anytime you want. So, okay, first one. How did you decide to help other people? I know it happened when I was really, really young. I just always felt it inside myself that I should help somebody if they need a helping hand. And if I'm able to do it, then sure, I'm going to help best I can. So it happened ever since I was a very young little kid. Try to help people out ever since I can remember. So I don't know if there was a day of deciding. It was more of just something that was built into me. So there you go for that answer. Okay, second one. How many people have you saved? Well, there's a whole lot of them. And I know that this question is mostly asking about how many lives I may have saved. Now, I do have a certificate of commendation from the Orange County Sheriff's Department for saving a number of people's lives during a hurricane. I jumped into action and saved them by clearing the roads, giant trees, and using my skills and superhuman strength. I was able to clear the trees out of the road and help all the police out. And the people were able to get to the ambulances, get in there, and the people were able to get where they had to go. And there was old people, and they were in a bad spot. They were on breathing machines and stuff, so it was a desperate situation. Now that's just one day of Master Legends jumping into action. There are many times I've saved people in fights, battles. I don't know which one to even tell you. It's been so many of them. There's been, so many ways you can save people, too. You just don't save them by saving their life. You can save them by helping them out, teach them a skill, get them a job, help them not be on the streets, help somebody who's hungry. Maybe they're freezing in the night. You give them a jacket. That jacket might just save their life. So there's some good examples for you. And like I say, I don't have a count on that. That's so many of them, and a lifelong mission of mine to do my best to help other people within whatever's in my power. Okay. Next question. What was your greatest fright in action? There's been a lot of them. I've been shot a few times, been stabbed, jumped, beat up. I can't say I won them all. If somebody is a real fighting man like myself said they won them all, they'd be lying to you. I don't think anyone wins them all, unless there's some really big guy that's fighting little bitty people or something. Anyone their own size, eventually you're going to have a bad day. So some of my greatest frights, I think one of the ones that always reminds me of one of my greatest frights was one time I saw this little girl running down the street, and she was running away from her mama. And then there was a car coming, and I had split second to jump into action here. So the little girl was getting closer to the main road, and here comes a guy, a pizza driver, and he wasn't looking. He was on his cell phone, and he was riding fast. I ran as fast as I could and snatched that little girl up, and the car comes zip by me, even snagged my cape. It's brushed against my cape. That's how close a shave that was. So that was a pretty frightening one because not only was the little girl almost run over, I almost got it too. So there you go. There's a one for you there, but there's plenty of them. Okay, now here is one. What is your weakness? It's a weakness I don't like to admit to people, but I will be honest and all, as I always am, to try to help others out. I would say my greatest weakness is money troubles. I'm not really weak as physical ways, But I do have money troubles and not enough money at times, and struggling by, to get by, much less be able to help other people. But I still always find a way. I always do find a way. But I wish I could make better money. It's just unfair the way that people want to pay good workers these days. They don't want to pay you right. They want to cheat you. And I'm a victim of that. So there's my greatest weakness. Okay, here's another one. Here's another question. Have you ever failed in your attempts? If I said no, I'm just like with the fighting thing. I haven't won them all. No, there's things I tried to do. I tried to organize some big situations to help out a lot of people. It didn't always come together the way I'd hoped. I can't say a complete failure, but it just didn't work out right. And there was one time it was pretty much a really big failure here, but it wasn't really nothing too severe to hurt anyone, but it hurt a lot of people's feelings. I was so busy and all, I went like 3 days without sleep, trying to tend to all these things. The people were pulling me in so many directions. And so I tried my best to be there, do everything for everyone. And there was this one radio show. They wanted me to talk to them on the phone, and they had made a big setup and all types of advertising about Master Legend gonna be on the show. Well, I hate to tell you, Master Legend wound up falling asleep. I fell asleep, and I just couldn't stay up any longer. These people thought they were the only ones. They didn't realize the stuff I was doing in those 3 days of constant going on. I barely got any sleep at all, trying to work on a show, that HBO show, do magazine reports, do the newspaper, and other video interviews and stuff like that. It's just getting so much a person can do. I'm only one Master Legend. I haven't learned how to duplicate myself and make a bunch more of me, and then it'd be an army of Master Legends. There's a great idea. Well, that's something to fantasize about. So, anyway, here we go. Next question. Are there real life supervillains? I would say so. Just look around. They might not go around in a costume and come up with any fancy names or whatever for themselves, but they're out there. There's a lot of them. All you have to do is look around and see all the innocent people getting killed. They're these leaders, corrupt leaders that are just out there to hurt people, greedy, got all the money. See, that's what it is. They got all the money and they control, and they're in a lot of control, and those are your supervillains. So yes, that's true. They are supervillains. Okay, here we go. Next question. Where did I get the idea for my costume? I try to model it off of Metatron, pictures that people have drawn of Metatron. He's always got armor on, and he's got long hair. He's got a cape, and Metatron is a archangel. Some may believe it, some may choose not to, but I believe in Metatron, and I believe I have a connection with Metatron. And that's a story to tell you about the time I died, my second death. Well, that's what gave me the visions of this suit, the suits that I wear, and I stick to the colors silver and black. Silver is my favorite color. Black, a symbol of where I come from, of darkness, but I evolved into the silver. So, gives you a little bit of an idea. Plus the suit has to be practical at the same time. I like it to look good for the pretty ladies and all that, but still, it's got to be practical, and it's protective. The gear is protective, and it does help me out. Bulletproof helmet. I got bulletproof plates that I put underneath the vest, and so, it all comes in handy. The arm guards and everything. I can take some hits. I can roll with it. Throw me down the stairs, and I'll probably still be okay and with a minor bruise if they're lucky. All right. Here's another question. What is the achievement you are most proud of? Well, think about that, I've done a few achievements. I have had a few achievements in my life. I'm thankful that I've been able to achieve a few things. And like I did mention, I do have that certificate of commendation from the Orange County Sheriff's Department. And the reason I kind of call that one of my greatest achievements is because I finally had some solid proof hanging on my wall, a certificate that says I've gone beyond the call of duty. I got it, and it says for excellence. So for saving them people's lives, it's a little recognition. I know superheroes don't do it for recognition, because that's why I wear a mask. I don't like people to know who I am, don't have to know who I am 24 hours a day. I'm not looking for any thanks. I'm just looking to represent the ideal of superheroes, which leads me to my other happy achievement. I think I played a very big part in helping to make superheroes worldwide, real-life superheroes worldwide. It's just, the numbers keep growing. I like it. I like to see that there's people out there trying to do something good in the world, as long as they do it right. You got to do it right. It's not always like the comic books. So those are some of my proud achievements there. I do have a daughter also, and I guess that's probably my greatest achievement. She may emerge someday, the Diamond Spectrum, a superhero in her own right. She's helped a lot of people out herself. It runs in the family, which there isn't much of a family, but that's the answer to that question. Does your family know about your activity? Well, that's just part of it. I just answered that. My daughter knows, but there really is no other family. I really don't have no family. They're all dead, to tell you the truth. I have a brother, and he knows too, and he's also trying to get into the superhero thing himself. At first he thought it was funny, it's like a joke, but now that he sees how serious it is, he's wanting to become who I actually created a name for him myself, called the Secret Weapon, because nobody knows about him, but when I need him, he'll be there, and that's why I call him the Secret Weapon. Okay. Do you sometimes consider stopping? That's something I just can't think of doing. Sure, I've had to take some breaks. There's times you got to take breaks, and I'm not able to do all the things that I'd hoped to do, like I was mentioning, money problems. Got to focus on where am I going to go live and things like that. So sometimes you have to stop it for a little while, but I don't plan on ever stopping forever unless I get hurt really bad or I'm dead. Then I guess I'd have no choice then if I'm dead. Okay, here we go. Do you have a day job? Yep, yes, but it's not a regular job. I usually try to be self-employed because, as I was saying, these people don't want to pay you right. They want you to do all kind of slaving work for them, but they don't want to pay me right. And I'm a carpenter. That's my main trade. I'm a carpenter, but I'm also an electrician, welder, and plumber. I do handyman stuff like that. I'm not a man behind a desk. So it's not a day job like that. It's normally out at construction sites or working on houses and things like that. I also did a lot of tree work. Now, I don't do that so much anymore. Okay, here's another one here. Do you think you are appreciated according to what you do? Do people make fun of you? Well, there's a lot of people appreciate me, and then there's a lot of people that made fun of me. They don't do it as much anymore. When I first got myself started on the internet here, yeah, there was people making fun of me, but little by little, more and more people wanted to join the noble cause, as I call it, the honorable cause of the real-life superhero. So I'm appreciated by many, and I'm thankful to those people that appreciate me, because I appreciate them. And as for the people that make fun of me, if I've given them a good laugh, then I've done my job there too. So it's no big deal to me. They can make fun of me all they want. If it makes them happy, and it's not going to hurt nobody, make fun of me all you want. I don't care. All right, here we go. What do you think of the HBO documentary and the show The Legend of Master Legend. Well, both of them were not how I would have done it. I would not have tried to make any superheroes look bad. And as for the HBO movie, they were trying to find things to make me look bad with, and left out all the good stuff, all kinds of good stuff. They left out the crowds of people I was helping, my mission that I went on and helped out bunches of people at the woman and children's shelter. They cut all that out and just wanted to show me having a beer. A big deal. Master Legend drinks a beer, and I got one right now. Because I built up a whopping thirst out there fighting crackheads all night long. So, and now as for the TV pilot, the writers even asked me, they said, you think it's going to go with your psychic powers? Do you think it's going to work? And I'd already known. I already knew it was going to fail. And so I told them, I said, if it's not going to be honest, then it's going to fail, because people know about Master Legend and make up all these things that aren't true. No one's going to like it. And exactly that's what they did. All that stuff, the story about the wife working 2 jobs, that's not true. And my wife actually died. But I was, she hardly ever worked. She didn't really work. I handled everything. It wasn't like that show tried to make it look like. And they made me look, pretty pitiful, to tell you the truth. One of my girlfriends, which Master Legend has many, said, "Oh, they sure made you look bad in that. What'd you let them do that for?" I said, "I didn't let them do that. I was telling them all along, keep it honest." I've never been to Las Vegas, and there's so many things in that show, that just wasn't anywhere near the truth. So there you go. That's for that. I wish they would have done it better. It would have worked out, because that's what happens, in that situation. You have to be honest with people. You can't, especially when it's based on true story, based on true individual who is Master Legend. So yeah, that kind of really made me mad, and it was disappointing because it failed. I could have made some decent money, and then I would have been able to up my operations and have, less worries about all this working these day jobs and stuff. So, oh well. Things are in the works, though. I got a comic book coming out. It'll be coming out, hopefully, within less than a year. Okay, here you go. Are you trained in martial arts? Yes, as a young kid, I actually met a kung fu master. And he took some sympathy on me because he knew I was abused. And my daddy was just a mean old drunken man that beat up on me all the time. So this man, he took me under his wing and taught me all types of ninja skills and kung fu skills and judo. And he was my main instructor. And then later on, of course, I took it on my own, and I learned from other people, learning. And you got to have hands-on experience. As I told Symbiote, you can go to karate classes all you want to, but you won't know how to really handle it yourself unless you get into some real fights. Because you can't think, well, I'll throw on this move and that'll take care of them. That you might not get a chance to use that move. You're just going to have to know how to fight. And then that's what it all boils down to. How you're going to fight, and you got to be quick, fast, on your toes, and know what you're doing so you don't get hurt. Because, you got to be able to take it as well as you can dish it out. So you got to be prepared to take some injuries. I've got some pictures up of some of my injuries and stab wounds and all kinds of stuff. But all right, what is your funniest antidote on your job? Funniest antidote? Well, I guess it's probably when I say I worked up a whopping thirst, and people think that's funny. So that's probably the funny thing there. And I have words, that I use, like, by the gods. I've said that ever since I was very young, when I was studying Greek mythology, and there was, There was some cartoon that I saw, a Hercules cartoon, and Hercules would say, "By the gods!" And then every time somebody would do something stupid, no, that's so. And that's where I got that from. All right. Okay, here's another question. The last one. Here it is. Would not a good Samaritan law serve the purpose that you serve? You can make up laws, and laws. Some laws are good. I don't agree with them all, but you can make up a law. But that law is not going to do anything unless there's a person actually doing something about it. So I don't know if it would help out anything. What kind of special law would they do? That all it would do is try to tie the hands of a superhero, try to hold them back. Is all I would think it would probably do. And they make laws already about trying to be a good Samaritan. They throw people in jail for helping out homeless people. There's a place it's called Food Not Bombs. It's a bunch of guys and girls and all that go out and feed homeless people. And what happens? They got thrown in jail. So the cops pretty much shut down their organization. So there you go. That's for a good Samaritan law. It's against the law, actually, to give someone a blanket around here. They could be shivering out in the cold. You give them a blanket, you can get thrown in jail for that. So you see, there's your good Samaritan laws for you. Well, super friends, I hope I was able to answer all your questions there to the best of my ability. I tried, and trying to keep it quick also. So I will see you later, and I appreciate all great super friends around the world. And my friends out there in Turkey who I've made this for, all of you will be getting an autographed card, as you see, right here on the video. I already sent them. They're in the mail right now. Should be getting them soon. Okay, super friends. As for today, Master Legend, I'm going to go out and do what I can, help out some people. I'll do what I can, as I always do. So, see y'all later. And stay strong.